Yo, what's poppin'? What's poppin'? Let's make sure everything's working here. What up, Gabe? What up, Tony? What up, Otto? What up, James? We were away yesterday, but we're back today. Arrested for what? What's poppin', Tux? Yeah, well, we can ease into the topic, or we can just get right into it. Tony Sal, what's poppin', homie? Good to see everybody coming in here early today. What's poppin', Tony Sal? All right. So yeah, I wasn't here yesterday, but that's all right, isn't it? And we could touch on these topics today. Hair looking a little cooked, face looking a little fat, but that's all right. Or is it just me? Sorry. But I have been eating. Damn, hold up, hold up. Did a Brian Callen? Otto says, "Have you heard about Ilya's face not going to be normal? That's what they're saying. I don't know if that's true or not. I want to know what you know." Oh, to be honest with you, Otto, I would just pay that no mind, homie. Don't even worry about that, you know? Don't even worry about that, Otto. You know, the things like that, Otto, we'll see when it comes. You know, there's really no need to even speculate. I mean, the time will come for Ilya to come back, and we will have the answer then, as far as, you know, like how his face is going to look, if it's going to fully recover or not. I don't understand why people try to predict that, or even bring, not you, but the people who like even got that to come across your timeline, Otto. I don't know why they do that. You know, I don't know why they do that. I guess that's like the worst type of journalism, in my opinion. You know, that is kind of like the worst type. Just like these complete fucking guesses, sensationalizing the ass beating he took from Gaethje. So whatever, you know, whatever. But much love, Otto. I'm doing good, homie. I know you're always wondering. I hope you're doing good, homie. And I hope everybody else is doing well also. Tuck says, you got that watery tension from the red 140. Yeah, probably. Probably. I also been eating like a ton of fucking food outside of my house, if that makes sense to you. You know, fast food, restaurant food. I've been eating it all. You know, yesterday was Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. So I also figured there was no point in going live yesterday for that reason. Although I'm sure you guys would have loved to see me. What was he arrested for, hombre? Being drunk in public, Tux. We'll get into the main thing. I'll just keep reading out some chats, but real quick, I'll just tell you, Tux, he got arrested for being drunk in public in Atlanta, Georgia, last night on Father's Day at around 6 p.m. And then he was released from custody at around 10 p.m. So like, you know, it's kind of an odd one. It's kind of an odd one. I have a little bit more opinions, but that's the basis of it, Tux. Poirier got arrested for drunk in public. Yes, he did. Otto goes, I see it's just false information. I see they're just looking for views. I see now. Yeah, yeah. It's like, don't even trip, homie. I'll tell you though, Otto. You know, when the time is right, we'll talk about it. But I appreciate you even bringing it up, Otto, so I can kind of clarify it for you. As far as like, you know, don't even trip about stuff like that in the future. Tony says Poirier. Oh yeah, Poirier. James says, bro's caked up. Shit, I am caked up. Tux goes, you can't be drunk in public. I'm drunk in public every week. I'm drunk in public right now. um, I mean, I've been drunk in public before. Maybe it's like a weird law in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm not sure. Maybe he was being belligerent. I don't know, Tux. I really don't know. But there's more to it. We'll get into it. I guess I'm going to keep saying we'll get into it. But yeah. Yeah, you know, so in other news, there are some other things we want to discuss. You know, before we get into all of it, let's just discuss a couple other things. All right, Josh Hokit continues to get canceled for his comments about Michelle Obama being a man. And I don't know, man, it's not really my hill to die on, but I'm just going to keep saying what I believe. And it's like, relax, guys. Relax. It's not that serious. You know, Dana goes, that's disgusting. It's like, bro, grow up. It's funny that I'm saying Dana needs to grow up and not Josh Hokit, but come on. Come on. What's the big deal? She could be. She could be, man. We don't know for a fact. And then, you know, Daniel Cormier going off on Josh himself. Josh Hokit responded, said, I've been nothing but nice to this fat pig cow. Or sorry, this fat cow pig. I'm not here for unity. In reality, there will never be unity. I come to divide people's faces. If you don't like it, then come do something about it. You know, D1 All-American Josh Hokit. Um, D1 All-American Daniel Cormier. So, you know, Hokit the active fighter, Hokit the younger man. I don't know if DC's his daddy necessarily. Something tells me Hokit can't have a daddy. You know? Um so there's that, you know, the whole $100 million deal that Trevor Whitman's asking for his Onyx MMA gloves with the UFC. You know, there's just a couple things about this. I don't want to go over this topic too heavily because it doesn't really matter. But I think the big hang up here is that Trevor Whitman is going to be given up full ownership, like full 100,000% ownership of the gloves. They're not going to be his anymore once the UFC kind of brings them on board. So I think that's why he wants 100 million, because he's forfeiting the residuals, so to speak. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think Dana, we can only believe like, you know, some of what he says. So, I mean, I'd love to hear Trevor Whitman's response to the 100 million and why he's asking for 100 million and if that's even accurate. Would love someone to ask Trevor Whitman the question. That's just like a little side note, you know, cuz Dana popped out for the post-fight press conference after UFC Vegas 119. Now, another thing Dana discussed, shout out to Oscar Willis, because it's important that somebody asked this. It doesn't matter who asked it, but it was important that somebody did. You know, Oscar asking Dana, what do you think about Alex Pereira's claims that Ciryl Gane is a cheater? For those that want to sensationalize Alex Pereira's post-fight comments and call it, you know, cope, not accepting the loss. Listen, the fact is that Ciryl Gane has a history of doing this, a long history of doing this. And Alex Pereira calling him out once again adds to the narrative that Ciryl Gane's a dirty fighter. So Oscar Willis asking, like, what do you think about this? What do you think? Like, is Alex in the wrong for saying this? Like, is Ciryl Gane a dirty fighter? Are you guys gonna punish Ciryl Gane? And here's one thing that was not denied is that Ciryl Gane hit Alex with illegal blows. And bro, an illegal blow is an illegal blow. I'm tired of the fucking overthinking in the sport. An illegal blow is an illegal blow. Stop overthinking it. Well, he was moving his head trying to scramble. Yeah, and it's your job as the offensive fighter to not hit the back of the head while he's trying to scramble. Since when is that not your job? But in short, Dana, all he says is like, that's up to the commission. Yeah, things could have been done different, but ultimately, nothing's really going to be done to Ciryl Gane for fouling again. But Alex Pereira is not a liar. So kudos. Kudos. Alex Pereira not a liar, but nothing's going to be done about it. And it's like, no, Dana can't really do anything about it, but why can't Dana condemn it? Why can't Dana condemn it? I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. But I think Dana should condemn it. He has no problem condemning a lot of things. Why not say, keep your fucking fingers out of your opponent's eyes, dickhead? Keep your fucking fist from off the back of his dome, dickhead. People die from that shit. Dana got no problem going after his champions or whoever he wants to. Aljo and Ngannou, Aspinall right now. Speaking of, we're going to get into Aspinall in just a minute. You feel me, though? You feel me? Speaking of Aspinall, Dana White refused to speak on his UFC return now that the interim title fight has concluded and Ciryl Gane is now the interim champion. Refused to speak on Aspinall's return, but touched on the fact that he signed with Eddie Hearn, and basically Eddie Hearn just lost AJ to a talent company, and obviously this is Matchroom Talent Agency, so it's like Eddie Hearn just lost his biggest star to another talent agency. Meanwhile, Tom Aspinall just signed over everything to Eddie Hearn, meaning like Tom Aspinall's fucked, bro. He's absolutely fucked. He pissed off the UFC in the worst way possible, and Eddie Hearn don't got the juice. He don't got the juice. So this is a bad situation, and Dana's just pointing out the irony before he goes ahead and royally fucks Tom. I'm just putting that out there now. Dana's just pointing out the irony before he royally fucks this guy. And before this guy just royally gets fucked by Eddie Hearn, Tom Aspinall and his whole team, I'm officially off of it. I'm officially off of it. It goes past the eye poke and shit like that now. Signing with Eddie Hearn, it was a bad move. His dad getting caught in the Ray-Ban metas in 4K on them things during fight week before the Ciryl Gane fight. Speaking about, we don't want to re-sign our contract. We're going to boxing. I mean, left and right, these guys have been giving like pretty dumb when it comes to handling Tom Aspinall's career. And that's eye poke aside. Now, this whole eye poke thing, no really saying how much we can make this guy or how quickly we can make this guy return. But it's like, you milk the shit out of it, bro. How much YouTube revenue you get off of this? And it doesn't really matter. But it's like, I can be annoyed. I'm not going to say that Tom Aspinall's been milking, or not milking, because he has been milking it. I'm not going to say he's been lying about the whole eye thing. But I'm annoyed about it, how long it's been taking. And then to add on top of that, he's doing bad things. Before the eye poke, after the eye poke. Shout out Andy Aspinall. You know, Jacob, what do you think about Connor's take on Ilya? I think it's cool. I think Ilya can come back. I think people are tripping heavily on Ilya's loss. I don't think there's really a need to trip heavily on the loss, but I will say, and I don't think this is going to be a popular take, but I think Ilya might want to consider going down to 45. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't overthink it. If you look at, oh, we got the new rankings out, by the way, so why don't we just peep that shit now? We haven't even got into Dustin yet, so everybody joining, don't even trip. Light heavyweight. Lightweight. Meta AI rankings. Okay, so Arman's a good fight. Max Holloway's a good fight. BSD might be a tough fight for Ilya, bro. Not even gonna lie to you. But we could see Gamrot would be decent fight. He knocking out Moicano. Patty's a good fight for Ilya. Okay, so Ilya can stay at 55. That's kind of a that was a jump on my behalf. Quill and Salkill might be a tough fight for Ilya at some point down the road there. Ruffy, Dan Hooker, Tom Nolan. So right now, Ilya can pretty much just stay at lightweight. But I think he does good against a lot of guys, man. I think we see him return against a Paddy Pimblett, Arman Sarukian get the title shot against Gaethje. You know, Max Holloway out of the picture for a little bit momentarily while he fights Connor in a side quest. BSD versus Paddy got to take place in order for Ilya to fight the winner. I think Ilya should just fight the winner, maybe. Yeah. How excited am I for Terrence versus Green? Haven't really been thinking about it. Should be good. Not the most excited, though. 80, what's poppin'? Juice says free DP. Danny be lying about everything. I know. Okay. Oh, an extreme heat warning in the UK. I saw you drop that earlier. Wait a minute, real quick, just a friendly reminder. Everybody who's tuning in, watching the stream right now, if you have not liked it, please run up the likes on the stream. Please. Anyway, as we are going through the rundown, there is another funny thing that's been taking place, and that is Arman and Justin Gaethje. Gaethje says he doesn't want Arman's truck that he's willing to give him for free after Arman won $5.7 million off of a $1 million bet on Gaethje to beat Topuria. And Arman's legit pissed. He legit pissed. We're going to go over it all together. But yeah, Arman says, what the fuck, bro? If you don't want it, fuck you. I'm going to give it to my followers. I'm going to fuck him up in the fight. I can't wait. So we can peep this too in a second. DP blackout drunk at 6 p.m. Yeah, I know. Poirier on that sauce. Okay, so we can let's discuss Poirier a little bit, because that is the bigger headline of the evening. And I guess what's his name? Colby Covington dropped a video too. I have not seen it yet, so we could peep that in a second. But all right. All right, so here's the deal. Dustin Poirier arrested in Atlanta, Georgia for public intoxication on Father's Day last night. You know, the retired man. We all seen him lately. He got the new teeth, he on the juice. He seems to be a bit of a character, we could call him. But nobody suspected much. But it's like, we do kind of joke around and say, like, DP crashing out after the retirement. Look at him with the fake teeth and shit like that. He looking extra tan now. He on roids. It's all it's all like fun and games. It's all love. Nothing really personal towards Dustin. But, maybe there's more that meets the eye. Maybe there's more that meets the eye here because once again, this would all be fine. Dustin Poirier getting arrested for being drunk in public, no big deal. Except Dustin Poirier doesn't think this is no big deal. Dustin Poirier himself isn't making any excuses. He's not making light of the situation. He dropped a statement saying, "I love you all. I'm trying to be better." So we're going to look at that statement. But just to break this down a little bit, okay, it's kind of odd. I mean, let's just break it down for what it is. On Father's Day, you would expect Dustin to be with his wife and his daughter, no? Maybe even his I don't know, his mother and shit like that. Who knows? His dad, his stepdad, I don't know. If he's got a father figure in his life, he's probably kicking it with him too. Anyway, he's not in Louisiana, he's in Atlanta, Georgia, and he gets arrested at 6:38 p.m. in the evening for being drunk in public. Like, where was his wife to kind of cool him off? Like, I find it very hard to imagine that his wife was going to allow him to get arrested. I feel like she wouldn't allow something like that to happen. She would have de-escalated the situation before it got that bad. So I don't know. Like, was she there? Was she not there? And then, getting released at 10 p.m., no red flags there. Obviously, he's going to bail out. But like the 6 p.m. arrested, kind of odd. Kind of odd. Especially because it's on Father's Day and he should be with his wife and daughter, which he may have been. And if he got arrested while being with his wife and daughter, it makes it even weirder. But I guess to give it a devil's advocate, what if somebody, I mean, again, it makes it weird because Dustin issued this statement, right? Because you can make the excuse and be like, well, whoever called the cops on Dustin or whatever Dustin did, somebody had it coming. Dustin's a good guy. Well, like, Dustin's not defending himself. He says, "Love you all. I'm working on myself." So this gives like he made a mistake or something. That's what this gives. People say either turned up too hard on Father's Day or is feeling sore after watching Justin win gold. Maybe the latter. Maybe the latter. Maybe he is crashing out after Justin just beat Ilya and became undisputed. Wow, I never even thought about that. I never even thought about that. The weekend after UFC White House, on Father's Day, Justin Gaethje, a week after Justin Gaethje's win over Ilia Topuria, to unify the lightweight titles to become undisputed after 2 previous failed attempts. Dustin Poirier and him obviously won apiece. Dustin Poirier also multiple failed title fights. Gaethje pulled it off. There's no way Poirier goes to bed at night thinking he loses to Gaethje still. He thinks he beats Gaethje today. You know it. You know he does. And he's probably like, damn, I counted myself out against Ilya, but I know I beat Gaethje. I would have beat Ilya. I should be the undisputed. Why did I retire? I'm regretting it. Too soon. I rushed it. I hate this. I don't know. But anyway, love you all. I'm working on myself. So prayers up to DP. At first I was thinking, we got to wait to hear the context here about who pissed off Dustin and who had it coming. But Dustin says he's working on himself. So, and it's like, love you all. It's like, no hate. You know, he's taking full accountability. Loving everyone, even if they're gossiping about his troubles. So, he in a humble place right now, it seems. Now, of course, fucking Colby Covington got to have something to say about this, right? Have not peeped it yet. Have not peeped it yet. Hey, what do you guys think, though? I mean, that's an underrated comment. Whoever left that comment on the IG, it's too late to go back and look, but that's an underrated comment. I think he is crashing out slightly about Gaethje becoming the undisputed. Obviously, Dustin thinks he still beats him. Obviously, he does. Juice says, bet this brings him back. Yeah, potentially. Dustin itching for Connor. Shit, Tyler bets. I think Dustin itching for Gaethje. Dustin fucking going to bed like dying. You know how many times Dustin probably tweeted or like wrote the tweet out? Trilogy question mark with Gaethje. You know how many times Dustin probably put that out on his X and then deleted it because he's like so retired now. He's even on the juice now. But I bet you Poirier fancying up a Justin Gaethje trilogy right about now, and he's pissed the fuck off that he can't even call for it. You know, Father's Day. He's like, fuck Father's Day, bro. I'm Gaethje's daddy, and I can't even son him one more time, and he's undisputed, and I didn't even get that shit. And I think I'm better than him. To this day. To this day. You got to feel for Dustin. You actually got to feel for Dustin with all that context. All right, let's hear Colby, though. Can't sleep at night type shit. Poirier looks like he's crying in his mugshot. Wait, did that get released? Someone drop... Hey. Hey, can someone drop the link to the mugshot, please, in the chat so we can pull it up? I'm running the stream here, so someone help me out. And once again, guys, if you are tuning in and you haven't liked this shit, can you quit playing, please? Colby Covington.
And I just want to take a moment and have a toast to Father of the Year, Dustin Poirier. Nothing says role model and family man like being arrested for public intoxication at 37 years old at 6:38 p.m. on Father's Day. Cheers to you, Dustin. Next time, try an ice cold Real American Beer Zero. Same amazing taste as Rab Light with zero alcohol. It's great for people who want to be social and not get blackout drunk and act like Louisiana swamp trash. Hit me up when you get out of the slammer and I'll get a pallet over to you, buddy. Cheers. America.
That is one thing I was going to mention. Obviously, we did kind of touch on it already, but 6:38 p.m., this dude is like drunk to the point where he's getting arrested. It's not even dark out. What was Dustin doing exactly? What was he exactly doing? Bro. Posted link on the Discord public thread. Okay. Thank you, Eric. Hey, real quick though. Real quick. I know Franklin's not even in here right now, but it doesn't matter. We always have to shout out, the channel supporters. So Franklin, dropped a $20 big bag dono overnight, bro. Overnight. Sent in a care package overnight to me. So Franklin, special shout out, homie. Thank you very much as always. Love you, Franklin. We on 10, homie. We on 10. And yeah, man, just a big special thank you to Franklin. Needed to be said. Okay, Discord. There's got to be a joke, Eric. No! Ah, ah, no, bro. Oh, Poirier. Oh my gosh, Poirier looks like he was crying. Are you kidding me right now? Oh my. Holy moly, boys. Yeah, Dustin Poirier. Oh, bro, he got like cuts on his face and shit. He looks so remorseful. Bro, he looks so sad and sorry. And this is no hate to Poirier. I hope you get better, homie, but shit. You know what I'm saying? Let me comment on this shit. Let me comment on this shit. Bro was actually fucking cooked. You know what? We gotta take a moment and post this our damn selves. Bro. Dustin Poirier is the biggest news of the day. Where's a picture of the real mug shot? Hey, shout out to Eric for the update. Thank you for that, homie. Thank you for that. Damn, bro. Oh my gosh, bruh. Damn, bruh. Colby. Colby is an asshole, but man, he's on point. He's funny sometimes, man. You gotta hate to love that dude. He always said if you don't have a goal, he's a danger to himself. I don't know what's wrong with these fighters like that. Like imagine if I mean it's kind of soft. Can I just call that a spade? Like guys, these fighters to some degree in their cope that like if they're not fighting, they're just gonna become these lifelong criminals or like they're just gonna crash out. It's like, bro, you know, I stay locked in like all year long. What is so hard about that? In fact, it's pretty soft if you don't. Like, think about the whole rest of the world who doesn't fight, right? They stay locked in all year long for the most part. But fighters are this breed of people. It's like, oh man, don't let me retire. Don't let me have some time to myself. I'm gonna do nothing. Rose says, I'm at work suffering for our sins. Just stop in to say what's up. Hey, shout out to Ro. I hope you have a good shift, homie. Maybe the stream will help you enjoy. Not the worst. Looks like he was crying mugshot. Trump's was way worse. Dustin the highlight Johnson. 80 says Dustin is a good dude, but shit happens sometimes, man. Hopefully it'll be all right. I wonder what the fuck happened with Dustin. Bro, he looks like he's got cuts on his face. His lips look remorseful. Can we just break it down? You know, he's got spots and like scratches on his face, so to speak. Is it just me? That's fucking red. You know, that's a red mark. He's so anyway, he got like something going on his face. His lips look remorseful. Okay. His lips do look remorseful. They're puckered, right? And then bro, I mean, he's got a shine in his eye, man. He crying. And you know, the saddest thing sometimes is when they are blinged up in this down bad of a state. You know, he he even got the diamonds on. You know, the diamond got the diamonds on, but he fucking getting the mugshot took. It's crazy. It's crazy. You know, and much love, Dustin. I don't really, you know, I ain't mad at you, homie, but we're just trying to figure you out, Dustin. His lips look remorseful. LOL. LMFAO hyper-analyzing nothing. Well, shit. What else are we gonna do tonight, Shiloh? What else are we supposed to do? Anyway, I'm gonna need to post this, but I can't believe the DP mugshot got released. Poor Dustin, man. What up, Jim Lotus? All three of my posts today are Dustin Poirier. It's kind of funny. Dustin hates this part, but he's gonna accept it. AD says, Jacob, one thing to consider, most fighters retire in their mid 30s, but most people retire in their mid 60s, so they don't know what to do with themselves after fighting. Oh, so you're kind of saying, AD, that like it's not comparable in a way because yeah. The average 30-year-old is still waking up and going to work every day, but Dustin Poirier doesn't do that anymore. I mean, I kind of get it, bro. But bro, Dustin's got a daughter, he got a fucking hot sauce company. Like it's like, bro, like I feel like that's way more of a, not to fully disagree with you, AD, because I do get your point, but with what you're saying, being said, it's like, bro, he's still got way more to be grateful for and to like live a positive life for than not. Like think about all the benefits in a sense being in the position he's in, and he even has things to do, right? He's not retired business wise. He owns hot sauce. He does appearances and shit like that. So I don't know, man. Mug shot of Dustin Poirier has surfaced after his public drunk arrest on Father's Day is crazy, bro. It's okay, bro. We're all sinners. I don't look down on Dustin at all, but like come on, if this is the homie, we're laughing. We're kind of laughing. We obviously wish the best for Dustin, but like come on. Come on. Dustin's going to pull it together and that's why it's kind of funny. It's like why are you being such an idiot? We all know you're better than this, Dustin. We all know you ain't going to be no fucking crash out, you know? So like I don't want to hear anybody getting or feeling some type of way about me chuckling over this shit. It is kind of funny. And shit, I've had homies that got arrested and we laughed our fucking asses off about it. Okay, hang on. Isn't he doing UFC post-fight shows as well? Yeah, he's got that podcast with Masvidal and he's doing like some desk work. Okay. Jacob, you're right. Dustin has plenty of things to do. It's just like it's I just hate hearing this shit from the fighter. It's just like I don't know. Sometimes these fighters they just piss me off. Like I told you guys, I'm getting like UFC fighter derangement syndrome. So somebody please save me. Right? Because I'm going to just keep fucking exposing these dudes. It's just it's just this whole special breed of people just kiss my ass with that. You're human just like everybody else. I'm sick of actually hearing it. I'm actually sick of it. Like, listen, buddy, you are not subject to regular type lifestyle shit like everybody else. Just because you fucking know how to fight. Like, bro, get right sooner than later, please. And that's not even talking to Dustin. That's just talking general. None of that compares to fighting though. Imagine the adrenaline and dopamine rush he got from it. I know, bro, but imagine the adrenaline and dopamine rush you get from like doing heroin. Everyone got to fucking quit eventually, and like you just got to deal with it. Like Jude, these types of things, I got you, and I've heard that before. I've totally heard that before. Totally heard that before. I don't buy it anymore. I'm just actually so sick of it. The adrenaline and the dopamine rush, I just can't let it go. Dude, bro, let that shit fucking go. The writing was on the wall. You're not born yesterday. You're not even the first generation of fighter. You're just fucking succumbing to the same old sorry ass excuses that the first generation, came up with. The only difference is that they didn't know it was coming. Then they fucking processed it and look back and like we're like, oh, that's why I be crashing out because, you know, the dopamine rush and I didn't prepare myself for it. These guys seen the writing on the wall years ago. You better get yourself fucking right with it. And also, just without being said, it's like the attention whoreness within that. You know, the attention whoreness within that. Because what is the adrenaline? I mean, the adrenaline from fighting, but it's like, it's not that. It's the fucking me, spotlight on me. Adrenaline and dopamine to some degree, it's like, bro, if you get that from scrapping in the streets too, I bet you Dustin not gonna scrap in the streets. So yeah, it's just like I'm just sick of hearing all the shit and all the sorry excuses. And the funny thing is Dustin's not even making excuses. And I think Dustin will be fine. I think Dustin will be fine. Not just not no, not Justin. Say it ain't so. What up, Rich Charizard? Max Energy says day 90, bro, and I dropped a new song on the Perry Butch playlist. Let's go street. Shout out to Max Energy, my man. Thanks for always popping in, homie. Maybe we'll give it a listen at some point today. Jacob, I just saw a documentary with Jens Pulver at the end of his career. Dude didn't know what to do with himself either. Yeah, I know. But it's like, is that a me problem or is that a Jens Pulver problem? You know? You know what I mean? Why do we make excuses for him? Did you hear what Dominic Cruz said about retirement? Motherfuckers still want to fight. Well, he can if he wants to, but I think he's doing a good job working, doing his podcast. Seems like he's making good use of his time. Mean Fox says he should have partied in a college town. College towns have drunk kids walking around every night, pretty much. Yeah, I know. I don't know. I think they were nice with the charge, maybe. I think Dustin pissed somebody off. That's the problem with making fighting your identity. Mm-hmm. Your wife is in my DMs. Did you see GFL back on October 17th? Shit. I'm good, Tony. I'm good. I'm good. I don't think Volk will do well in retirement as well. Some fighters just need to fight. I'd love to be able to retire and go to the gym and home and chill and not worry about work. I know, bro. I know. That's why it's like, bro, that's why I had nothing to say to Rich Charizard. It's like, bro, I'm actually, like I said, guys, UFC fighter derangement syndrome. If you think you're special because you're a fucking fighter and you're not subject to everyday life like the rest of us, it's just like, you know what? You stay over there and let me stay over here. Please. And listen, on my side is the GSPs and the rest of the world, the people who accept what comes with it, you know, like because everyone complains and says, or not complains, but I hear all these things, and the one thing that's in the back of my mind is like, how about GSP? There's plenty of success stories in the UFC as well, like, healthy exits, so to speak. Dustin's wife was in other people's DMs. Bro, I'm not giving them slack. They just a different breed of people. Well, I mean, one would argue that they're not Rich Charizard. One would argue, you know what I'm saying? Like different breed of people. It's still glazing. In my opinion now. Maybe I'm going crazy. They don't want to be regular Joes, Castro. I know. I know. But bro, it's like shit. Dustin got it all, man. Dustin retired. He on the desk. He got a podcast with Masvidal. Like he chilling. Exactly. GSP just works out and lives a healthy lifestyle. Sounds fun to me. Sounds super fun, bro. He got money too. Nah, but much love, Rich Charizard. It's no real uh disagreement between the two of us. It's just that, keep saying that these guys are different breeds of people and they're gonna keep fucking buying into that shit, bro. You need to fucking treat them like regular ass dudes. They're nothing special. Honestly, they're nothing special, man. And listen, an NFL player is nothing special either. Neither's an NBA player. Nobody's special. We all need to succumb to the ways of the world to some degree. To some degree, to some level of reality. We do. And moving on from your fighting career is definitely something that's just an inevitable. And there's levels to it, right? There's moving on from your fighting career with nothing, and there's moving on from your fighting career with everything, and lots of opportunities, and then getting pissed off that Justin Gaethje won the belt. You know, they warriors, yeah, and they're warriors, and they modern day gladiators, yeah, and like smart people are geniuses. You know, it's just that like for in the sport of MMA, and I get it, and I get it, and I get it. We respect these guys, and we just want to give them their flowers. But bro, first of all, just know that for a lot of the fighters that you respect, you got Phil Rowe out there calling you a Twinkie eating douchebag on the couch. So the same fighters you stick up for, they're gonna be like, nah, you ain't shit. You a Twinkie eater. You a Twinkie eater with Cheeto fingers on the couch. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. And it's like this. This is the thing that I find funny. They're warriors, but go be a warrior in everyday life and see how that works out for you. It's just like that's the whole point though. That's the whole point. Right? Like You're a warrior. Okay, go be a warrior in everyday life. Go to a job and be a warrior there and see if being a warrior, gets you to the top. Chances are you'll get fired because you're going to fucking start fighting somebody. And I'm just, and then you'll quickly realize, I say all that to say, you will quickly realize that fighting is not how you get around in the world. And that's what these guys like. That's why it's like it doesn't matter. Like playing football isn't how you get around in the world either. Imagine if you fucking get out of football, out of the NFL, and you're like, I'm a football player. It's like, bro, I don't give a shit what you are. Today you're a valet driver. You better start acting like it. You better start fucking acting like a valet driver today. Because that's what you're going to be for the next 6 hours. Parking cars and shit. It's just like you need to play the game. You need to play the system the way it's designed to be played. And you know what? I speak on that from somewhat of experience, bro. I used to put everything into all that shit. And then it's like I show up to a job and it's like, damn, it doesn't matter how fucking tough I am. It doesn't matter if I could beat everybody's ass here. We all know it. You guys all know it. And the fighters aren't no different, bro. They're no different. And you know what? I don't want to get too much into it, but it's like, they get their money and shit like that, or they're not paid enough when it's all said and done. That's a them problem, not a me problem. If we're gonna be like start coping for them and being like, yeah, but bro, they don't get paid enough either. They're underpaid. Yeah, and they fucking shoot themselves in the foot 10 times over. 10 times over about their stupid fighter pay. So I don't want to hear it either. Anyway. Rich Sharza says, okay, I see your point. I wasn't thinking logical. I ain't lying. I'd be glazing the hell out of these fighters. And no, I feel you, bro. I used to glaze the fuck out of them too, man. I did. This is getting deep, bro. Yeah, we should move on from it before it gets too deep. But it's true, man. It's true. It's true. These guys aren't, bro. These guys think that they could just like fuck off when they don't have a fight booked. How crazy is that? Fighters be having God complex. They do. They do be having God complex. And once again, go get a regular job, right? And see what being a warrior gets you there. It's not going to get you shit. They can't do normal life. It's too hard. It's just like, bro, yeah, well, whatever then. Normal life it was too hard for them. I know. A tan and TRT ain't enough to get them by. What about the fucking veneers, Jew? Shit, what about veneers in the UFC desk job and a podcast with Masvidal on the side and fucking hot sauce on the side of that? And 2 victories over McGregor on top of that. Like, bro, Dustin got it all, bro. He be thinking he's the main character still. It's time to let it go. That's why they got into fighting, because they were outcasts. Yep. Ilya, dude, it is too small for the 55 weight class. Look how big Justin was, and most of the bigger fighters at the 55, they not only heavier naturally, they are taller. AD, funny enough, I think that Ilya will do kind of fine against the top of the division still. But I could see some of the up and comers giving him a hard time. Like Loco Torres, Sal Killed. They're just big. Juice says, damn, Castro sounds like a mean boss. No, I actually am not good at being a boss to some degree, so I wouldn't really put myself in that role. Castro, the manager you avoid. No, I really hate being authority like that. Yeah, I wouldn't even do something like that. Tell him, Castro. Low-key, we all underpaid. We are. Fighters are weak in real life, no skills. There's some truth to that. Can you imagine seeing Connor parking your Toyota Prius? I mean, could you imagine if Jeff Neal was your waiter at Texas Roadhouse? Oh, wait. That does happen. Fighters are so babied by the fan base, they work out 2 hours a day. No, I know, Ruby Z. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I've always said that fighters are some of the most insecure people in the world. They can't stop fighting because they can't stop feeling like they have something to prove. Yeah, they're driven. I don't want to group them all in, but I think there's some aspect of being driven by your ego. You know, Rich Charizard says, "Damn, bro, ha ha ha." Juice says, "Dan, this is deep. Tony, Sal, dying. We cooking right now. We straight cooking." To be fair, I feel like Jeff Neal would be a good waiter. No, I'm sure he's a solid waiter, bro. I'm sure he's a solid ass waiter. And credit to Jeff Neal for having a job like that and not having God complex like some of these other fighters. What's poppin'? Soda Pop says, "Yo, Jacob, I got a haircut at a new barber. Some Puerto Rican guy. Guy loved me and was taking photos of the cut and gave me a free shave." Oh hell yeah, Soda Pop. You were raising him up, homie. That's good shit. What kind of style we rocking? You mind sharing what kind of style you got? Jeff didn't grow up rich. I'm sure he had to work his whole life. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Imagine being Jeff Neal's boss. See, and that's the irony in it all. That's the irony in it all, right, Eric? Isn't that the irony in it all, Eric? Now, coming from somebody who used to work in a restaurant, nobody gives a fuck if you have a manager as a server, you know? But like in general, right? Chances are the person who you're going to be taking shit from, you could beat the dog shit out of him. But guess what? You're going to have to keep taking shit from him. And that's why being a tough guy is not the end all be all in life. I don't know how to explain it, but he used an 8 guard. It's like a Latino cut. Oh shit, you rocking like a little bit of an overgrown Edgar, so to speak. No? I'm sure it's looking saucy, Soda Pop. DJ's boss was cool as fuck supposedly to him. Yeah, I would figure. Okay. Jeff Neal has mental issues, but I like him. Never forget when he turned down a fight with Kevin Holland because they have quote unquote real beef. Needing a job to quote unquote stay out of trouble is literally crazy. Oh, it's that goofy ass fucking shit again that these guys talk about. I mean, at least he has to stay out of trouble though, because we're kind of getting on Dustin Poirier for not staying out of trouble. Why he crying though? Fighting was his life. All he knows, follow his life. She's like, shut the fuck up. It's okay, TBH. Let him enjoy his life. Nobody says it's not okay. How are you a grown man and can't stay out of trouble acting like a teenager out there? No, Soda Pot, that's what I just got done kind of saying about this shit with fighters in general. It's like, bro, it's kind of crazy. Like it's actually soft. I gotta go get ready for work like a warrior in a minute. Shout out to Jew. Good shit, homie. Have a good shift. I'm at work right now. Always got to tune into the Grace MMA content live streamer. Thank you, Ruby Z. Thank you, Ruby Z. Hopefully your shift is going well, homie. And you said, Dustin, was teary-eyed, I know. He got a sparkle in his eye for damn sure. I don't know what's up with that. DP still that trouble kid at heart. World's smallest violin Jew. Shit. Yeah, man. I mean, it's cool. It's cool. It's like, listen, I'm not hating on Dustin, but at the same time, I don't feel bad for him. That's all it is. Nothing says role model and family man like being arrested for public intoxication at 37 years old at 6:38 p.m. on Father's Day. Hit me up when you get out of the clink, Dustin, and I'll send you some Rab Zero to the Father of the Year. Damn. No, no, no. It's no big deal. It's no big deal at all. Mm, low key, I got like 3 public intoxications when I used to drink. Yeah. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. I think it's just the weirdness of how it goes. Where it's like it's not a big deal, but then if you're gonna be like sobbing for Dustin, it's like we're gonna make it a big deal. And it's still not gonna be a big deal. It's just gonna seem like it is a big deal. That's pretty much the news. It's pretty much the news. It could be worse. It could be like AB. Isn't it funny that AB hasn't even been arrested, but Dustin has? There was a good quote from Ian Gary. Maybe I'll post it on my IG. But yeah. New rankings are bad, but at least our boy made it to the top 15. Why are there like 2 rankings? Jose Miguel Delgado. Oh, really? How you got BSD versus Patty? I got I got Patty. Wouldn't be surprised if BSD wins though. We're quite literally 15. Anyone know what the media rankings are and the meta AI rankings? Like which one takes precedent? Also for the P for P, why did Volk move up? Media is just media, I guess. So it means nothing. Good to know. I got my own rankings that are way more accurate than both of these. I got BSD. Think it's low key gonna go like BSD versus Dan. I don't see it going BSD versus Dan. I think it'll come down to the third, Tony. They have Brandon Moreno under Amir Albazi on both of the rankings while Moreno cooked him like a year ago. Actually makes no sense. Yeah, I mean, shit. I don't even got the time to go look through all these rankings, you know? I'll just kind of see them as they come along. Charles Johnson, 14 and 15 in the rankings. Wonder if he likes that or dislikes that. I guess Moreno should be around 7. Dustin Poirier, man. Dustin Poirier. Charles is crying. I replied to his post with my actual ranking. What's Charles ranked? Number 3. Oh, Charles is crying. I replied to his post with my actual ranking. I got him at the same spot, but they have dudes over him that shouldn't be. Talking about Johnson, by the way, energy. Wait, did he say anything about it? Yeah, the meta ranking's still ass straight up cheeks. That dude cry over everything. He wants his respect very badly. What am I looking at? This shit gotta be a joke. Somebody playing. I can't take none this serious. Soda Pop responded. He still put him number 15. These are the correct rankings, but you're still 15. Buddy is too fucking good. Soda Pop, you diabolical. Nobody said anything about the welterweight rankings, so I'm assuming they're all right. Joaquin Buckley, number 10. Okay, so Buckley moved up from 10 to 9. Brady moved up from 6 to 5. Protez moved up from 12 to 1. D-Rob moved up from 15 to 13. Yaroslav moved down to 15. That's good shit. Ian Gary moved down to 2. Well, he's got the title fight. Bonfim moved down to 6. Kamaru moved down to 10. Damn, so we got Joaquin ranked above Kamaru based off activity. Because Kamaru has not returned in a whole year. And Joaquin did. Interesting. Interesting. I don't really care about all the other rankings too much. I do like welterweight. Quillen moved up 4 spots. Okay. Renato Moicano moved up 3. Gamera moved up 2. Loco moved up 2. Fiziev got unranked. Patty down 3. Damn. Damn, Patty number 9 is crazy. I don't know. I got to see his wins, I guess. Ruffy went from 7 to 10. Okay. Dan Hooker went from 9 to 11. Interesting. Damn, Pat Sabatini at featherweight went from unranked to number 7. Nathaniel Wood went from unranked to number 9. Yair Rodriguez went from number 5 to unranked. Ortega went from number 11 to unranked. Damn, big movement. Big movement. This is interesting. I kind of like that. Same with bantamweight. Cheeto went from 10 to not ranked. Peyton Talbot went from 11 to unranked. Bryce Mitchell debuts in the rankings. Fareed Basharat debuts in the rankings. Number 10 and number 14. Bryce 14, Fareed number 10. Tagir Ulanbekov unranked now. Tim Elliott unranked now. Damn, Tim Elliott getting unranked. Borjas getting in there. Mitch Raposo getting in there. Sumu Derji getting in there. Flyweight kind of crazy. Robert Whitaker now unranked at middleweight. He must be going up to light heavyweight. Big movement at heavyweight. Derek Lewis kicked. Martian Ibura kicked. Ante Delia kicked. Tyrell Fortune kicked. Bro, shouldn't fucking Josh Hokit be in this mix? I guess he just stays where he is. He didn't move anywhere. Walter Walker 13 to 11. Mario Pinto debuts at 13 from unranked. Vitor Petrino debuts at 10 from unranked. Prayer debuts at number 4 from unranked. Borjas in there is actually wild. Yeah, flyweight makes no sense. Bro, they got Pat Sabatini at number 7. I know. It's not correct, but we take it. Who's Joe? Interesting shit. Interesting shit. Actually, pretty interesting. Where does Kevin Lee fit into all this shit? Shit, I don't know, homie. Kevin Lee fucking long gone, bro. I got a screen recording of Ian Gary. I'll just play it for you guys before I post it.
Time and time and time again. The truth is, I have this feeling in my heart that they know I'm the trickiest opponent for him. That's why he's calling out Patches. That's why he's calling out Morales. That's why the champion of the world, one of the most dominant athletes we've ever seen, called out Kamaru Usman to defend his world title fight against. Does that make sense? He knows I'm long, I'm tall, I'm fast, I'm rangy. I understand distance management and control. And if you want to flip that into a terrible wording, then you'll say what he said. But if you want to talk about it from an elite standpoint of view, I don't get hit. Very rarely. It's never clean, it's never connected. Do you know what I mean? I'm always just out, and people don't have that success. I'm tricky on the feet, I'm tricky on the ground, I'm hard to touch, I'm hard to control, I'm hard to predict what I'm going to do, I'm hard to read. All of those are elite stand-up and grappling skills. So from my point of view, there is nobody in this division that is a trickier matchup for Islam Makhachev. I'm 6'3", I'm long, I'm tall, I'm beautiful. I know how to use my hands, my feet. I know how to stop the takedown. I stopped 15 of 17 takedowns from Shavkat and Bilal Muhammad. I know what I'm doing in this sport. 4 people in this sport, since I made my UFC debut, have double-digit wins. And me and Islam are 2 of the 4. This is the right fight. This is the fight that has to happen. And he can say anything he wants to say. He can make up any excuse he wants. He can say what he wants. Do what he wants to do. When that cage door closed on August 15th and I've stood across him, I'm going to go out there and do everything I possibly can to put him unconscious and get my hand raised. Because that belt is coming home to double line.
Do you think he respects you as a threat?
I mean, it's like, bro, this dude's beating Islam, isn't he? This dude's beating Islam, isn't he? And while I'm saying that, it's like, bro, I hope to God Conor McGregor doesn't beat Max Holloway on July 11th. But honestly, I think I'm rocking with Ian Gary to beat Islam. I'm buying into the hype. I'm definitely buying into it. New meta rankings have finally got rid of Yair Rodriguez. Yeah. Castro will go 3 for 3 in underdog picks. Honestly, bro, honestly, I'm picking fucking Ian right now. Right now, I'm picking Ian to beat Islam. Did you guys just hear what I played for you? Do you want me to play it again? Like, bro, Ian just broke down why he's beating um you know what I'm saying? And then yeah, the Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway, just listen to this breakdown as well. It's a pretty good breakdown from Ian. I did listen to the whole Ariel Helwani interview today, so I'm tapped in.
You think Conor wins?
Absolutely. It's not an easy fight. Max is very good at what he does. He's obviously been in there against the best guys in the world repeatedly over and over and over again. But whilst Conor's been inactive, the hunger will start to thrive in his mind and in his skull. And at 170 pounds, I think this fight's very, very interesting. I think it's very interesting. Conor's going to have the knockout power.
You think Conor wins?
Absolutely. It's not an easy fight. Max is very good at what he does.
We don't know he's going to try and take me down. We know BSD is going to try and take me down. But we don't know he's going to try and take me down, but we've got to be ready for all things, you know what I mean? And BSD takes most people down. I think he might be a little bit afraid to take me down because he knows I'll submit him on the ground. But once I hit you with a few punches, a few kicks, knees, elbows, you're going to revert back to default settings. And them default settings for him are shooting takedowns. We know BSD is going to try and take me down. But we don't know he's going to try and take me down, but we've got to be ready for all things.
Yeah, ain't shit going in the MMA space right now. We talked about everything. What's the word in the chat? What's the word in the chat? We don't got nothing else for you. We don't got nothing else for you. Gervonta and Tank are gonna fight each other, I think. I don't even need to explain it. I don't even need to pull up the receipts, I'll just explain it to you. On Father's Day yesterday, Gervonta Davis posted a picture of Ryan Garcia dropping Devin Haney on his ass in their fight. And he said like Happy Father's Day or some shit. And then Devin Haney clapped back with a picture of Tank's mother. And you know, his mother didn't have like a weave on or anything or like a wig. And so he's calling Tank's mother his father. And he said, you kicked your daddy out of the house, essentially. And that was yesterday. That was to clap back. So yeah, I guess the story is that Tank kicked his mom out or something like that. That's what Devin Haney's claiming. But he said that like Tank kicked his dad out, trying to troll his mom on Father's Day, saying she looks manly. Again, if Josh Hokit's racist for it, then what the fuck is Devin Haney? You know? Now that's some racist shit. Because I don't think Tank's mother is a man, considering the fact that she had him, right? Yeah, Devin deleted it. And I'm sure Tank deleted it too. Oh no, Tank didn't delete his. But Tank just posted this yesterday. You know? Tank posted this shit yesterday. For real, I was gonna say that, the Hokit point. Yeah, it's like, bro, Michelle Obama, there's actual cause for pause. Haney's or Tank's mama ain't a fucking man, bro. Yeah, nobody posted what Devin posted, but don't worry, I saw it. I saw it with my own two eyes. So, oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Devin Haney, the racist prick. Cancel him now. Cancel this racist piece of crap. Only kidding. Devin tweeted this picture of Tank with his mother. And he goes, I'll post Tank's dad for Father's Day since he won't. Happy Father's Day, big Tank. That's fucked up you broke and you made him move out that house. I mean, is that not crazy? And Josh Hokit's the racist. No, I think Devin Haney's the racist. I think Devin Haney is the racist for damn sure. Tony Sal's loving every fucking second of this. Franklin says, just got my fasting salts, 0 calories. Let's go. Damn, good shit, Franklin. Hey, Franklin, I already thanked you on stream once already, but just got to say it again, Franklin, because you popped in. Thank you for the $20 donut, homie. Much appreciated. And honestly, now that you're in here, Franklin, Franklin had a crazy point. Franklin said that Gaethje and Manel Kopp got the same B-days, like November 14th or something like that. And Franklin saying, is that a coincidence, them winning main events on back-to-back weekends, the fact that they share the same birthday? Maybe. Potentially. Like it's written in the stars type shit. So, shout out Franklin, though. Much love, homie. Hope you're doing good. Wow, I thought Devin was more reserved. Nah. I mean, he sounds like a racist asshole to me, Tony Sal. Get DC, sound the trumpets, bro. DC needs to react. Dana need to react. This is real racism. Haha, me and my astrology. Nah, it's kind of crazy though. Coincidence, maybe, or maybe not, Franklin. Maybe it's written in the stars. For show, my man. Tony says Tank kicked his mom's out. I mean, I guess according to Devin, I wouldn't know about their family drama. But according to Devin, yeah. Devin can't rock Air Force Ones anymore. Hey, someone tell Phil Rowe that Devin Haney's a racist fucking prick, bro. Someone let Phil Rowe know. You know, someone let Phil Rowe know that Devin Haney, you know, you catch him in Air Force Ones, you got to strip him out of them. You know, he racist against his own kind. That was some serious racism from Devin in the context of Josh Hokit being racist. If Josh Hokit's a racist, then what the hell is fucking Devin Haney? I mean, Tank's mother seems like a good lady, and that was uncalled for. Might be 14 people in chat at the time we were talking. We were just talking to LOL. Saw 14 likes 30 seconds later at least. Shit, I don't even know how many people are in chat right now. Oh, it says we got 14 in chat right now. It's been a pretty good stream for the earliness on a Monday. A lot of people tapped in already. I'm just sticking around longer, but there's really nothing else, to be completely frank with you guys. Oh damn, Dean's mom telling him.
I have a right to share what you feel about stuff, but you know, I did my best, okay? I am not perfect, right? Just understand, I'm not perfect. I did my best. It was just me. I had to do what I had to do, however I could do it, you know?
Ma, sorry, you don't gotta apologize. Sorry, I love you, man. Whatever you need.
Yeah, but listen, your dad, I had to hear from him. I don't answer questions from your dad. So, a couple times he wasn't able to go because he wasn't feeling well, so I don't know how sick he is. Even if you just send him a green man, you know? Your dad out there trying to save lives, trying to save all these black boys and stuff like that. You can have a family, you know what I'm saying? But anything is good. Anytime
Ain't really no excuse for that. I don't want to get that honest. It's fine.
no, anything that you guys needed, he was there. So
I'm not trying to do that, man. Come on, man. Stop.
So just send a greeting or something. You know what I'm saying? And don't forget the thing I'm sharing and realize it.
I'll send it.
Yeah, and we apologize a little bit, and I was just saying there were things that we disagreed and we just overlooked it. Everybody into their own life do their own things, and you know, it is what it is. But it is like no love and something really, you know what I'm saying? You got to know that, and hopefully God can give you the insight to understand that. You know what I felt bad about? Is you know, not that to tell by it, but
Well, you know, sometimes I just want to, I just feel like I'm not doing good, you know? Like, sometimes I just like to hear from my mom.
know when something is, but I'm gonna tell you this. I grew up with an alcoholic father. I didn't know you were drinking. Somebody told me to drink it. Watch that. You don't need it. You have all the energy and the talent to do what.
His mom calling him out, but I think she only calls him for money. All right, boys. All right. That'll be the stream. Shout out to everybody for watching. A little early stream. And I'm sure I'll see you guys all tomorrow. But shout out to everybody. And that's all from me. That's all from me. All right, peace out, boys. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Let me shout out the street. Shout out to Franklin. Shout out Ruby Z. Shout out Jew. Shout out Tony M. Shout out Tony Sal. Shout out Soda Pop. Shout out to AD Kid. Shout out Ruby Z. Shout out Eric Gould. Shout out Ricky LaFleur. Shout out James Pond. Shout out Rich Charizard. Shout out to Jim Lotus. Shout out Meme Fox. Shout out my man's Max Energy. Shout out AD Kid. Shout out to Shiloh. Shout out You Have AIDS. Shout out to Gabe. Shout out Roro. Shout out my man's Perfecto. Shout out Tux. Shout out Otto. And that's all. Shout out to Gabe. All right, peace out, boys. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Peace out, everybody.